Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, man, you guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we're going to talk about my man, Michael Jordan, right? And the latest edition of Michael Jordan's Insights to Excellence and what he talked about in relation to load management and load managing that's going on in the NBA over the last, 10 years. So it's been really bad, especially over the last 5 years, the load managing. But he talked about that in the latest edition of MJ's Insights to Excellence, right? That little segment they've been playing since the opening night on the NBA on NBC. This was the second edition of that. I guess it's going to be every Tuesday, I believe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But he talked about load managing. And, man, Michael Jordan destroyed these weak, soft, frail, sensitive NBA players that have been playing in the NBA now. Michael Jordan, he had a lot of things to say about the load managing and why he never believed in load managing and how he approached the game. We're going to read off his comments, man, word for word what he said, man. Just embarrassing these NBA players, man. Just putting them to shame. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, you guys know I am truly humbled. Much respect to all the fans out there. Like I said, all the true basketball fans that continue to email me, send me messages, all that stuff, guys. Like I said, it really means a lot, man. So thank you very much. Don't forget, we got a live stream today. Me and AOH, Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Be there, guys. We'll talk more about this stuff. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, shout out to Michael Jordan, man. We're going to talk about Michael Jordan in the latest edition of MJ's Insights to Excellence. That segment they've been playing on NBC, right, the halftime of these games. They've been having this segment with Michael Jordan and Mike Tirico. And I know some people have been a little disappointed because they were hoping that Michael Jordan was going to come back in a greater capacity or something a little bit more, real. Because, this was, I guess, pre-recorded and the interview had already taken place. So it's not like Michael Jordan is live in studio. And I think some people are a little upset about that. But remember, we didn't even know what Michael Jordan's capacity was, what he was going to be doing, and who knows? Maybe this will evolve into something as the season goes, and maybe at the end of the season, maybe we'll see Michael Jordan during the NBA Finals game. Who knows, guys? So I know some of you guys were a little disappointed. You wanted to see more of Michael Jordan, or you wanted, Michael Jordan to be there live, and, I get all that. However, it's Michael Jordan, guys, and when we talk about the popularity of Michael Jordan and, the aura of Mike, all these kinds of things, it's really hard for someone like Michael Jordan to be around basketball like this because of his competitiveness. And you saw that in the first interview, right? He said that he wished there was a pill he could take so he can go throw some shorts on and go out there, lace it up, and compete against these guys, right? Challenge himself. So we know that's what Michael Jordan's about. So it's hard for him. He said, I don't have any rims around anymore. I haven't shot basketball like that. Because it's hard for Michael Jordan to be a competitor the way that he is and be around basketball. He misses so much because of the competitive aspect of it, guys. It's about competition. This is what these guys have forgotten in the NBA. They forgot about competition. That's what sports is built on, competition. It's not about money. It's not about fame. It's about competition. It ain't about how cool you look in your uniform. It's about competing. That's what sports is at its core, guys. Michael Jordan understands this, understood it. So did a lot of the players that he played against. In this era, a lot of these guys, they don't understand competition, what it means to compete. Listen to Kevin Durant. I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to prove. Then why are you still playing, dude? LeBron James. Oh, I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to prove to nobody. Then why are you still playing, dude? You guys never talk about competition. You never talk about competing. These guys are clowns, man. All right, they're out there for the money and the fame. Remember that. So like I said, in this second edition of MJ's Insights to Excellence, he's talking and focusing on the load managing. Mike Tirico asking about load management, and I wrote down all the comments word for word what Michael Jordan said in response. Once again, putting these clowns to shame. So let's see what Michael Jordan had to say about load management. He starts off by saying this. Well, it shouldn't be needed first and foremost. And right the jump, Michael Jordan's on the money. It shouldn't be needed. See, that's the thing. They're trying to promote that these guys need the load managing. What do you see a lot now? Oh, these guys are running so much more than they did in the 90s. Do you guys really believe that? They're running so much more. The game is faster. So they're running more miles. They're doing nonsense, guys. That's complete nonsense, guys. Once again, watch how the game is played. Anybody that's been watching the game over the last 5 years or knows the game is played from three-point line to three-point line. I've watched games and I've seen series, like, a couple of possessions in a row, a series of plays, where the guys don't even move. They're in the same spot, play to play, because they're not. Once again, the guy comes down, shoots up a three. No one even made it past the three-point line yet, guys, on offense. They're chugging up threes. The guy misses a shot. No one's down low to rebound the ball. It's one of those, they don't even have to jump for rebounds. It's a flat-footed rebound, and they're already turning around going back to the way. So the other players, they didn't even cross the three-point line yet, and the shots already went up. So how are you going to sit there and tell me these guys are running so much more? The pace has nothing to do with them running. Just because guys are taking fast shots and taking shots quickly with, 20 seconds on the shot clock, 15 seconds on the shot clock, that doesn't mean that they're running more. Yes, they might be taking more shots. That might show that the pace is higher, but they're not running more, guys. They're just coming down, chugging number three, coming down, chugging number three, coming down, chugging number three. No one's even moving. No one's even touched the baseline yet. No one's even going down low for rebounds and fighting for rebounds. That's why we laugh about this stuff. So like Michael Jordan said, it shouldn't be needed first and foremost. But they're trying to promote that these guys need to load manage because of the stress that their bodies are under. I'm sorry, didn't the NBA change the schedule years ago to accommodate this? Not as many back-to-backs, no more 3 games in 4 nights, less travel. They've accommodated these clowns because everything is about comfort and convenience for these professional athletes. Let's pay these guys more money than guys back in the day, but expect less of them? This is what we're doing now. We expect less from the professional athletes. It's so hard to be a professional athlete, but then these guys want to act as if they are not supposed to go out there and earn it. Like it's supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's never supposed to be easy to be a professional athlete, guys. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to be for everyone to be able to do. You guys are supposed to make us look at you in awe. We're supposed to be marveled at how tough you guys are and what you can play through and what you can go through. Like Rocky Balboa said, that's how winning is done, right? You keep taking the hits and you keep pushing forward. That's what Michael Jordan, the great players, did back in the day. They just kept pushing forward. They didn't take a shortcut. They didn't make excuses. So like he said, it shouldn't be needed. These guys have all the advancements in medicine, doctors, trainers, the staff that they have now, these cryo chambers. I mean, all the advancements they have now, all the advantages. It shouldn't be needed to load manage. These guys will be bigger, stronger, faster. Prove it on the court. Get on the damn court, man. Can't do it. He continues. I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. Listen to what he said right there. It was an opportunity to prove himself to the fans, prove himself to the competition, the other NBA players, the other teams. Go out there and prove that he earned that money. He deserved that money. That he deserved all the praise that he was getting, all the hype. He would go out there and prove it. That's powerful right there. These guys don't have the sense to go out there and prove anything. Earn the money. None of this, sons. None of this stuff. It was something that I felt like the fans are there that want to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on the top who probably worked his butt off to get a ticket or to go get money to buy the ticket. You see what he says right there? And we've touched on this many times on this channel, guys. The obligation that Michael Jordan felt, the sense that he felt to go out there and give it his all, give the effort, show up to work, because other people are out there, they're going to earn it, right? What do you say here? Because I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his butt off to get a ticket. So think about that. I remember when I was young, I haven't been to that many basketball games in my life, but I remember when I was young, my dad took me to a Knicks game, right? Took me and my brothers to a Knicks game. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. And obviously, I didn't have a lot of money growing up. We weren't poor, but I was middle-class family. So I didn't have, I didn't sit courtside. You know what I'm saying? We were up in the nosebleeds, man. We were way up there, man, when the court looked small and the players looked like ants. That's where we were sitting in the Madison Square Garden. The game was still great, though, right? It was still a great experience. I still remember it to this day. Like I said, that was the last time that my dad had taken us to a game. Like I said, it wasn't something that we did regularly. So, it's a memory that I hold on to. But anyway, we were way up there, man. And I remember watching that game, and when Michael Jordan talks about the people way up there, that have to work their butts off just to get a ticket. And think about what he's saying there. The people who go to work every day, we talk about this stuff. The players today don't think about what average, everyday people go through to support them. That's why I say I can't support these clowns. They want these people to support them blindly. Just support them no matter what. Don't hold me to a standard. Don't criticize me. How dare you ever critique me? This is how these guys act today. They're all sensitive now. Who are you? They'll come at the fans like, oh, you ain't nobody. You ain't no professional. You could never play in the NBA. That's how they talk to people now. Like, it's insane. There's no sense of obligation to prove anything like Michael Jordan was talking about to these fans or earn it because they went out there and earned their money to show up to watch you guys and support you clowns. Remember, there's no game without the players. We get all that. There is no game without the players playing the game. But there's no NBA without the fans. There's no NBA. The NBA is a league. The league is only around because it's profitable. It makes money, right, guys? And how do you make that money? They don't make the money through osmosis. The money doesn't just show up because they're there. The money comes from the people that are out there, the fans, the people that they crap on. People like me. Oh, you ain't nothing. You're just a fan. This is how they talk to us, the Gilbert Arenas clowns out here. These fools who think because they play in the league, that gives them more of a right to critique basketball and talk basketball. Once again, the people out there paying your salaries, you don't even respect them. They don't even show up to work for these people. Michael Jordan understood this. We've heard Kobe Bryant talk about this. And a lot of the other great players, that's why they were there. Right? So he wants to go out there and prove something. That's competition. That's Michael Jordan, guys. We understand that. He continues. Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me, and I want to shut him up. Right? So we're talking like this before. Michael Jordan and the competitors of Michael Jordan, always looking for an edge. Always looking for a slight. Right? You slight Michael Jordan, you take it personal. I'm going to take it personal. Right? Take it personal. Michael Jordan wants to shut them up. He don't want to eject them from the crowd. He don't want to go up there and point them out and be like, yo, man, this guy's talking about me. I want him out of here. That's what the players do today. They get fans removed from the stands for talking trash, for heckling them. Heckling is what's part of the game, guys. Right? I remember Michael Jordan talking about this. The fans feel that they're part of the game, and he said they are part of the game. So if they want to heckle, that's part of it, guys. Come on, man. How many times you guys have seen a comedian get heckled, right? And isn't that harder to do to be a comedian on stage when you're all by yourself trying to go through your routine and go through your act and people try to heckle you in the crowd? But the great comedians throw it right back at them. They don't act all sensitive and play the victim and be like, oh, man, and be like, hey, I want this guy out of here. No, they throw it back at these clowns and they embarrass those people for speaking up. I've seen Chris Rock do it. I've seen Aries Spears do it. I've seen Jerry Seinfeld do it. I've seen a bunch of people throw it right back at these clowns. That's what the great comedians, the people who have wittiness, the people who are true comedians, that's what they can do. That's what it's about. It's part of the routine. It's part of being a comedian. You're going to get heckled sometimes, right? It happens, guys. It's what happens in the NBA. You're going to get heckled. People are going to come at you, especially if you're a great player with a reputation like Michael Jordan had. People are going to try to throw you off your game. They're going to try to talk trash to you. They want to be involved. So shout out to Michael Jordan because he wants to shut people up by going out on the court and shutting his team up, right? Not being a baby about it. He continues. He says this. You know he's calling me all kinds of names, right? Michael Jordan's heard it. I definitely want to shut him up. You have a duty that if they're wanting to see you, and as an entertainer, I want to show, right? So he made a point here, a great point about being an entertainer, right? The NBA is a league like I talked about. And basketball, playing sports is entertainment, guys. I told you guys, even when you first start playing sports as a young kid, think about you at 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, you're in the junior high school. You want to show up in front of other girls. People come and watch you play. Your friends are there. People are hanging out around the court. You want to put in a show in front of these people. You want to entertain them, right? You want to compete. You want to win, but you also want to put a show. You want to show our people. You want to show your skills, what you can do. This is what playing sports about. Whatever sport is, you want to show your skills, right? And you want to go out there and compete and show yourself out in front of people. That's what's the great thing about sports, man. Like I said, we've all been there. Like I said, even at the purest form, you're trying to show up for the girls. You're trying to show up for your friends. Like I said, you go on the street right now and you go play basketball on the court. People are going to start watching. Spectators, right? Passers, people going by. They're going to stop and watch you maybe. You want to go out there and put a show for these people. This is what Michael Jordan's talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? The people that want to go see you play, he says, I have a duty. But if they want to see me play, I have to entertain these people. I have to go out there and put a show. I got to show up to work. I can't just sit in the sideline in a weird outfit and think that's good enough. He continues. I was going to find a... So now, excuse me, guys. So now they're talking about the flu game, the quote-unquote flu game or the food poisoning game or whatever you want to call it. Mike Tirico brings that up. They're talking about that now because this is an example of Michael Jordan pushing through stuff, right? When he didn't have to necessarily play, right? He could have sat it out. In NBA Finals, you guys would probably do that today. But Michael Jordan didn't do it. And he felt an obligation to go out there and compete for his team. So he says this in relation to the flu game that time. I was going to find a way to get out there, even if I was a decoy. Remember, we talked about that before. Remember Scottie Pippen in 98 in Game 6, right? He wasn't doing anything out there, Scottie. He was hobbling around, limping around. But his presence on the court was good enough for a decoy from time to time because you still had to respect Scottie Pippen, at certain instances and certain places on the court because he was Scottie Pippen. So him just being out there, and that's what we all gave Scottie Pippen credit. Michael Jordan gave Scottie Pippen credit. Everyone did, but Scottie Pippen forgets this stuff all these years later. But that's what we gave Scottie Pippen credit for, being out there on the court and being a decoy. So no, he couldn't really help Michael Jordan the way that Michael Jordan, the way he normally would. But him being out there helped Michael Jordan and the Bulls to a degree. All right? So Michael Jordan saying the same thing here. 97 minutes in Game 5. The series tied 2 games apiece, guys. So he's saying even if I had to be a decoy, just me being out there could help the team. And he says this, well, once I got out there, you never know how pushing yourself, you never know what happens, right? Next thing you know, the emotions, the situation, the need of the team, all those things catapulted me to say to myself, I'm going to gut this thing out. I want you to think about what Michael Jordan said there, guys, because this is the essence of sports and competing. All right? And this is why I tell you guys, a lot of times you can tell that people did not play sports. They don't understand it. And they won't understand something like what Michael Jordan just said right here. So when he says, well, once I got out there, you never know how pushing yourself, you never know what happens, right? Right? You never know. How many times have you guys felt the pain? Maybe your knee was bothering you, your ankle was bothering you, you had a weird foot pain that all of a sudden came out of nowhere, and you have a game you're about to play. Like I said, whatever it was, junior high, high school, you just go to play for fun in rec league, whatever it is. You woke up in the morning, your back was hurting, right? Your elbow was on fire, something, your wrist was hurting, your face, whatever it is. Something's bothering you, right? And you're like, damn, I don't know if I can play, man. You know what? I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to go out here on the basketball court, the football field, the hockey ice, the soccer pitch, the tennis court, whatever you're doing. You're going to go out there and give it a go. You're going to compete, right? What happens sometimes, oftentimes, guys, when you do this? All of a sudden, like Michael Jordan said, the emotions, the situation, the need of the team, right? All of a sudden, the adrenaline gets pumping. You forget about the injury. You forget about the pain. You don't even think about it anymore. It's not a problem anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's not even a thought. You're just out there playing the game. You're out there competing. This is what Michael Jordan's talking about. If anyone remembers that flu game, the food poisoning game, whatever you want to call it, if anyone remembers that game, the Bulls were getting beat down that game, man. Michael Jordan had to come through, and bring the Bulls back from being down big time early. The Bulls were out of sync. Michael Jordan, it wasn't that Michael Jordan had to go out there and just be on the court, go through the motions, lollygag, and lead his team to a win. Michael Jordan put up 39 points in that game. He had to be spectacular, going through all of that. And like he said, when he was on the court, the adrenaline gets going, the emotions, the moment, right? You're in the finals. The team needs you. You guys are getting beat down. All of a sudden, you forget about the flu. You forget about the stomach pain. You forget about how tired you are. You forget about this hurting or that hurting. You forget about this stuff. And you're just playing. You're just in the moment. A lot of us have been there. I've been there myself, guys. Many times, I played with a lot of injuries in high school, man. Not necessarily where you're like really injured, but you're hurting. You're dealing with something. I told you I played my entire senior year of high school football, my senior year of high school football in an air cast. An air cast. I severely sprained my ankle the first game of the season. Severely sprained ankle. But I didn't miss any games. And I played with an air cast. I had to tape my ankle up heavily before every game. I'm talking about heavy tape jobs, guys. On the inside, just on my ankle, and then the outside of my cleats, taping everything up with the air cast. It looked like I was wearing a boot out there on the field. Now, my speed was hindered a little bit, but I was still able to go out there and compete, man. And I went out there and did this because I wasn't getting paid. If I wanted to do something in high school, I had to be on the field and show what I could do to college recruiters and things like that. So I couldn't just sit around and be like, oh, man, I'm going to sit this game out or sit these games out and wait for them to be 100%. You don't have that luxury. All right, so a lot of us have done this stuff. Like I said, you wake up in the morning, your back is hurting. There were many times I played in a 35 and up rec league, basketball league. Then I would wake up in the morning. I tell you, I got a broken bone in my back. As I wake up in the morning, sometimes my back is hurting, and I'm going to the game, and I'm like, damn, I don't know how I'm going to play. My back is killing me right now. And I'm trying to rub, Tiger Balm on it, and I'm trying to put, stuff to make it loosen up, trying to stretch here and there, trying to do all this stuff. And right before the game is about to tip off, you're still dealing with this. And then all of a sudden, you're on the court, right? The whistle blows, the ball goes up, and next thing you know, you're not even thinking about it anymore. This is what Michael Jordan's alluding to. These guys today, they won't even push through that stuff. They wake up in the morning, and I don't feel good. And my toes hurting, my fingers hurting, my back hurts. I'm out. I'm out. And the teams will big, sit out. Don't push it. Because they don't want you to play hurt. They don't want you to play through pain. And that's what Michael Jordan, a lot of people like us are talking about. You guys are weak, soft, and you should not be compared to the other guys in other eras. They had to play through pain. They weren't getting paid all some money. They didn't have their financials, they weren't set financially like a lot of these guys are. These guys are so financially set, they don't even care. They're like, whatever. I'll miss 20 games. I'll miss 15 games. I mean, look at Zion Williamson. Look at Luka Doncic. Anthony Edwards is out. All these guys are on the first week of the season. Not saying that they're all load managing, but come on, man. These guys are weak. You go back and you look at NBA's history of how many of the great players, right, played 82 games, guys, or damn near close to it. How often they did compared to the guys today. It's night and day. I did videos on this stuff, guys. The great players, the MVP caliber players of the other eras, they showed to work every night, guys. They were there way more often, way more consistently than the guys today. So shout out to Michael Jordan because, everything he mentioned here is on the money, man. Right? It shouldn't be needed for these guys. They're supposed to be bigger, stronger, faster, but they load manage way more. It doesn't add up. You can't promote them. If you're going to promote them, then you have to say they're weaker, they're softer, they're more sensitive, they're more frail. And I think that would be more accurate. Then we won't have to worry about these guys showing to work. We would expect them to miss games. You can't promote them being greater by them stronger or, all this other stuff. And toughness, it's not add up. It doesn't work out that way. It's not what we see on the basketball court. So shout out to Michael Jordan, MJ's Insights to Excellence. This is part 2, I guess. NBA on NBC. And he's right, man. He destroyed all these clowns out here for load managing. Remember, it's the mindset, it's the mentality, guys, of Michael Jordan and a lot of these other great players. That's why they were out there. They were competing. Like Michael Jordan said, man, I'm going to go out there and prove it. People out there spending money, working their butts off, but I'm not going to work my butt off. And I told you, Michael Jordan don't owe me nothing, guys. A lot of times I hear people talk about Michael Jordan over the last 5-10 years. They try to attack Michael Jordan personally, and they try to make it seem like, oh, Michael Jordan wasn't perfect. Michael Jordan, whoever said he was. No one ever said he was. And I've never once, they try to make it a personal thing. You think about that guy Carcino, that clown Carcino? He makes it personal, Michael Jordan. He tries to make it seem as if I'm living my life based off of Michael Jordan, the way he lived his life. So he'll make fun of me if I have a Michael Jordan poster. He'll say that, oh, Michael Jordan's a dirtbag. He's a liar. You don't even know Michael Jordan. No, you don't know Michael Jordan, you clown. And it's never been about Michael Jordan the person. I've never once said I'm raising my kids the way that Michael Jordan raised his kids. I've never once said that I'm going to be the same kind of husband that Michael Jordan was. I'm probably a better husband than Michael Jordan was, man. You know what I'm saying? So we have to think about these kinds of things. I've never once said that stuff. I told you guys, the best man I know is not Michael Jordan. The best man I know is my father. But these guys try to make it seem as if I'm trying to live my life the way that Michael Jordan lived his life personally. I don't know how he lived his life personally. I know how Michael Jordan, the basketball player, lived his life. I know how Michael Jordan, the basketball player, approached the game of basketball and the standards and the values that he held himself to that way. That dude is who I respect. And that's the dude that I'm always telling you guys about. The honor, the class, the integrity of Michael Jordan, man. Michael Jordan's a good person, but they want you to believe that Michael Jordan's a dirtbag because he didn't stand up and speak out politically, or he didn't speak up about this or do this there. It's weird stuff, guys. Once again, Michael Jordan held to a higher standard than they'll ever hold themselves to or anyone else in their own personal life. So you guys, these are the facts, man. Michael Jordan ain't perfect. He never was perfect. And Michael Jordan, the basketball player, is what this has always been about. And Michael Jordan's done a lot of things for a lot of great people. And like I said, he don't owe me nothing because like he said here, he showed up and gave the effort. He did what he was supposed to do. I told you that was the minimum that Michael Jordan and the other players could do for us. Show up to work. Today, these guys can't do for you because they don't care about y'all. They don't care about the game. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.